and shut up.
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give me peace.
Why so serious?
You take the blonde and I'll take the one in the tail.
This is Sparta!
I'll have what she's having.
Welcome to another installment of the Screen Squad. Like always, I'm Vinny.
Ozzie.
And
This week we're talking about Scream 5, Scream, whatever they're calling this one.
Scream A New Hope.
I guess.
Scream The Force Awakens.
Yeah. Well, we're getting it's Scream. You get the return. We're getting the return of the Ghostface killer. That's right.
Wu-Tang.
wrong guy.
Same premise, same thing.
It's Patrice O'Neal. What are you talking about?
Ghostface killer. Still,
R.I.P. R.I.P.
interesting. Okay, okay. It's pretty much the same movie, right? Can we agree
It's the
that
same
it's pretty much
Hey,
the same?
wait.
as all
I
of
just
them?
said R.I.P.
Which
Bro,
one though?
Meatloaf and Louis Anderson.
You know? Okay,
Yeah.
he was at first he was doing lettuce. Then no.
And then he went to fries. And then he went to the big grill in the sky.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. We did lose. We they did go. One of COVID, the other one of cancer. Right. You can choose which one is which. But yeah, I mean it sucks. But we did get the only one Meatloaf song that I know.
Which one? Paris is Desperate Light?
Nope.
Bat out of hell.
Nope.
I'll do anything for love.
That's the only one that I know. That I really know. That's the only one that I know and I know that one's good. I still enjoy that song. It's still a good song.
Oh no, that album
Rocky
alone is
Horror
good.
Picture Show.
Oh yeah.
He didn't write that song.
No, but he was in it.
Yeah, but
Up-
I'm
hey,
talking about music, not
Opportunity,
musical.
bless my soul.
Hey, but we're a movie thing.
Yeah, but it's Meatloaf. That's the
Fight
only,
Club.
that's the
Well,
only
he
song.
was Robert Paulson. He's Robert Paulson.
Yeah, he was real big in that movie. That was a suit, right? He had a suit
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Louis Anderson, Life of Louis, the cartoon, little pig face boy.
With the Rambler.
Yeah.
Coming to America.
Family
Feud.
Feud. Yeah.
1 and 2.
What
That's right,
else?
he was in part 2.
What else was he in?
He has Daishiki on part 2. Just stuff.
That's about it, right?
Oh no, he won an Emmy for
For that
being
show.
being dragged at Zach Galifianakis show about the clown.
The rodeo clown. I never saw that show.
No one ever did, but
And
he
he-
still got his Emmy.
Wow.
They got an Emmy.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, you don't have to really watch a show to get an Emmy.
Well,
I
I
know.
mean, it's been
It's
proven.
like us.
It's been
Well, I
proven.
mean, look at Arrested Development. Bunch of people didn't watch that show, but it still kept winning Emmys.
What do you mean? A bunch of people didn't watch it. A lot of people watched
It
the
kept
show.
it got
after-
canceled. It got
after.
canceled a couple times.
After they
Yeah.
got canceled,
Yeah.
people watched
That's
it.
true.
Then went to Netflix to die.
No, people watched it on Netflix, and then the cult. That show has cult status now
No, I mean,
because of
It's
because
still
of
dirty work,
Tobias. Because of
but,
Tobias.
Cult
The
status.
Yeah,
And then they took Kool-Aid and disappeared.
true. Well, then just because you blame Jeffrey Tambor, and then then Lucille dies, and you can't go back and make any more any more Arrested Development. So.
I mean, Ron Howard is still alive, so he can still do the voiceover.
Yeah, but you lost a good chunk of the cast. So what's the
Which
point?
is why you write it out.
And then
You just-
Will Arnett is now Lego Batman, so he can't go back now. Can't go back to Arrested Development after you become Lego Batman.
That's right.
It's proven. That is proven. But this week we are talking about Scream 5,
I mean, do we have to?
the requel. This is the weird thing. When the
Scream.
the first Scream movie, right? The very very first Scream movie. It was like a play on slasher movies, and then they got sequels, and that one was about sequels, and then trilogies, and then reboots, right? That's what the movie's about. But I feel like this new one is the same thing as the fourth one. It's literally talking about it's a remake, reboot, whatever, like thing that they're talking about, and it
I'm Reba.
they also
Maybe like a nostalgia thing.
maybe like the only way to make like a sequel or a reboot of something is to bring back the original characters. That's what everyone's doing now, and that's what this movie does. And that's what this movie talks about, right? That's the
And I'm getting
commentary that they
tired of
make.
it.
Yeah, that's the movie. That's the movie. They make the commentary about it, and it's again. What did they do with the supposedly reboot with Emma Roberts? That's what that was supposed to be, right? That was the same thing. They brought back the original characters, and it was just supposed to be a reboot sequel. Same thing. It's the same movie.
Yeah.
All these are pretty much the same movie. There's really
Yeah,
nothing new in these movies.
lately, yeah, basically everything that's even has a tinkling of I need to watch it is basically a reboot, remake, reimagining of whatever the original
Well, it's what
is.
it's because Edgar said it right. It's the nostalgia thing. Everyone's trying to go back and ride the nostalgia train.
People have no new ideas, and I'm getting tired of it.
I don't think it's they have no new ideas. I think they just want to jump onto something that's
Well, no, they do have.
that actually has a following already. So just so they can guarantee money.
There are new ideas, just no good ones.
Right. I think what's happening is the new ideas.
The Last Duel.
That wasn't a bad movie. Did you watch it? I thought it was okay. It was very like told in. I mean, it's a movie told in 3 parts, but it was okay. But no, but that's the thing. It's like there are ideas, right?
Encanto.
There are
It's
ideas.
a good movie. We're talking about tripping.
Wait.
Tripping.
Wait.
You just hate Lynn.
There are ideas, right? There are ideas, but the problem is that you notice people don't go to new idea movies. So they take those new ideas and they put them into existing movie franchises that people want to see again, right?
Well, that's kind of what made No Way Home gave all that buzz to No Way Home. Everybody wanted to see the Tobes.
But see, there's a difference though. They had a new story.
Disconnecting over here. You guys keep talking amongst yourselves. There we go. Sorry. Mm-hmm.
How long to put this out? Wes Craven's dead. So it's kind of pointless unless you want to do an homage to him. But then you add in the existence of all his other properties specifically.
I don't know. I was reading something about a trilogy with this. This might be a start of a trilogy.
A new trilogy?
Yeah. And
Trash. Nah, I don't. I wouldn't want to watch it either. I mean, as is, I'm already weary about.
I
what's
was pretty
happening.
invested in the characters though because of the other movies. So I was kind of sad when Doofus died.
Yeah, Officer Doofy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's that smell? My ass.
Yeah, probably got it through his garbage wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when Dewey died, that was the only thing.
No, but see, but that and that's another thing. If no one ever saw that You Can't Kill David Arquette documentary, that's a really good documentary. Where he's wrestling, because it was just really good. If you haven't seen it, you should check that one out. But still, it's that's just a big problem nowadays, right? It's that whole it's like right now, so you have to have nostalgia for a movie to be a hit. And people went to go see Scream, right? Because look what happened. Look, they had the Scream MTV show that everyone hated. Everyone hated because of the fact that they changed the way Ghostface was. They changed the story. It just ultimately was not a good movie or not a good show. Right? Ultimately.
Little known fact that this Ghostface Killer mask actually a Roger Ebert mask inside out. Don't know.
Wow.
No, I'm going to hell.
Yeah,
You guys
pretty
been
much.
Dead for like
I know.
30 years.
Leave him in
Leave him
peace already.
alone.
Seriously, like
I get talk shit about too many movies.
you have a unhealthy obsession with Roger Ebert. And
No, I have an unhealthy obsession with Judd Apatow. FTP, bro.
What are you, Oprah? You want to date him?
No. I'll take a dump in his food.
But okay, but there are some. There are things that I enjoyed about this movie, but there are also things that I found very, very weird about this movie because this edition of Scream brought in the like a supernatural element, like a supernatural like mental health type of element thing, right?
Explain that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You didn't watch the movie.
No, it didn't sound right.
If you'd watched the movie, you'd know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I fell asleep in it. Right?
Exactly.
Relax.
No, so you didn't watch it. So
It's the same thing.
I was
yeah.
there. My ticket was stamped.
Doesn't matter.
I was scanned in.
So, and again, these are definitely spoilers, right? Definitely spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. But the fact that you have Billy's ghost, or Billy's like essentially Billy's ghost come back and guide his like the lead girl who turns out to be his daughter. You know, that was, to me, I was like, come on, you're like adding a different element to the movie, to Scream. Like when the slasher movie, like Scream, like these are technically just, it's a homicidal maniac in a mask, right? But it's a regular dude, not a supernatural being like Jason or Freddy or anything like that. And then all
It's
of a
like a
sudden,
Mike Myers.
yeah, not even that. At least to a certain point, Michael Myers was like he was the shape. He was, then they made him into a supernatural being later down in the other movies. But in this movie, you're introducing, it's supposed to be a little bit more grounded, making fun of, like, not making fun, but like using the tropes from those types of movies. But now you're bringing in this element where the final girl, the main girl, right? Sam, right? Her name is Sam. She sees Billy's ghost, and he's telling her to kill, and telling her
Points
that,
out the knife.
yeah, looks at it and then smiles. I'm like, okay, I was like, okay, I see what they did is you're introducing that guy again, right? What's his name? Skeet Ulrich, yeah, Skeet Ulrich, right? You bring
Johnny Depp.
discount Johnny Depp, right? And you're bringing him back, and you're using that as a supernatural entity in the movie for, as a plot point to progress the story. And I was like, okay, that's to me that was one of the dumbest things in the movie. And
Yeah.
I saw what they did, and by the end, and again, as soon as the movie started, I figured, actually from the trailer, I figured out who the killer was.
Ask you because you were telling me, and I didn't want to say anything to you, so you were right.
Yeah, I kind of figured it
Yeah.
out. Even Dewey knew it. Dewey figured it out like early in the
From the
movie.
beginning of the
From the
movie.
beginning, right in the beginning, they tell you who the killer is, and
Yeah, remember that, Ozzie?
no, he
So, I'm out.
no, he doesn't remember. But like
What I do know is that What I do know is, I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that weren't they all in high school at the time? And wouldn't he have known he had a kid? How would the image of Skeet actually be like the image of when he was alive before he died, be in her mind when she never got to meet him at that age, and
well, that's the thing.
He's a ghost.
Yeah, you also have to remember. There are images of what Billy looked like, and I don't think she was born before he was killed, right? And by the way, the de-aging of Billy did not look good.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It looked he looked plastic. He looked like those Duracell dudes back from the 90s commercials, like the plastic ones. He looked like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those freaky looking humans that like had batteries in them.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
The
Yeah.
commercials, right? The Duracell commercials.
Yeah.
Or the energy, whatever commercials they were, but there's a battery commercial. But
Does it look like crash test dummies?
No, they
No.
actually had real faces. It just looked like they're dipped in wax.
yeah, but it just looked real bad. And you know, she definitely they kind of when they went over it, it's one of those things where the girl, her mom was pregnant with her, but then Billy did the whole thing with Stu, and you know ended up dying, and then she didn't get told that she was, you know, Billy's daughter, and then that whole thing spun, right? It's that whole landslide, like mudslide, whatever, in the story. But I was like, okay, introducing that supernatural element wasn't, again, my opinion wasn't, I did not enjoy it at all. I didn't enjoy that supernatural piece of the movie. And then the fact that like some of the kills or some of the things don't make sense. I understand in the original, if you watch the original 4 movies or the first 3, right? Ghostface is always getting hit, you know, all this kind of stuff, right? Very clumsy. In this movie, you know, definitely you find out that there's 2 killers, but it's less clumsy, right? But some of it makes no sense because there's a height difference between the 2 killers. Right? And I'm watching this movie and there's a height difference. I'm like, this makes no sense. And one was could maybe be 100 pounds soaking wet. And there's no way that one would have been able to take down Dewey like that. Even though Dewey was definitely hurt. Like, he's been hurt throughout all the movies. I think, and then I think that was the only thing that I thought of. Like, okay, well, if you're bringing back, they're gonna kill somebody, and it has to be the only guy that kind of was in the originals, and you're gonna leave Sydney and you're gonna leave Gale Hailstorm, right? You're gonna leave Sherry O'Terry's character so she can be back in the next scary movie, right? But it's still like, okay, well, everyone gets hurt in this movie, and like everyone, like there's no one that comes out of this unscathed, like not damaged. But it's also, a lot of people were saying, oh, it's the most violent, it's the most bloody. Didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like that. It felt very mild to me.
It felt like the other ones.
Yeah, I didn't feel like anything special. Like because if you go back and you tell me, was it Halloween Kills? That was the one that just came out, right?
That garbage.
Yeah, but
garbage movie.
That was trash, right? But the difference is that one was super like aggressive and violent. That was the difference. Like that one, I can tell you, yes, that one's very violent, and Michael Myers is brutal in it. Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking back to Halloween Kills. That whole movie, it's like they went. You know how like in the Halloween movies, they always like show a little bit of the movie. Then it cuts to like the title screen, where it goes to dun, 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 the song, and and then like zooms out to the pumpkin, whatever. That whole movie was basically a 2-hour long, like lead in to the credits. At least that's what it felt like. It literally, you didn't need to do that whole entire movie. You could just done that on the little like 2-3 minute like span, and then gone to your actual movie.
Well, it's like Venom. It's just a setup for the next.
Yeah,
movie.
you don't. Which they're already filming. They're already filming the next Halloween. But still, like the problem with this Scream is, I think it lacks its own identity. Like I know it's supposed to be a requel, right? And they're using the same stuff. I just found myself not really enjoying it as much. This movie was okay. It's not great. It was okay, and it's definitely not like, it still doesn't beat the first one because the first one has originality, right? For the time.
Okay, what was better, this movie or that Chucky remake with Mark Hamill?
Yeah, this
one. I would watch this one again compared to that one, right? Because that one was.
I'm never watching that.
No, that one's a piece of crap.
Hey,
ever again. No.
whatever.
Nope.
Mark Hamill.
Still, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was Mark Hamill. It's a trash
Famous 'cause he's
movie.
Luke Skywalker.
It's just it doesn't matter. That movie was trash. That robot movie, which is not Chucky, it's a little robot, which apparently Blumhouse is making the exact same movie. There's the movie they're making about a killer doll with AI. Same thing.
Isn't
Probably
that
be
just
better though.
Isn't it just
More likely,
iRobot?
probably.
It's iRobot, right?
Yeah, but iRobot wasn't. He wasn't killing people. That one they converted that movie into.
Terminator.
Not even Terminator, right? iRobot he was defending.
Baby
He ended up
Terminator.
defending Will Smith. Yeah,
Bicentennial
something like
Man?
that. Bicentennial Man didn't kill anybody. He just waited for everyone to die of old age. That's what happened with and then he became rich. He was the richest robot in the world. And played by Robin Williams. But again,
R.I.P.
ultimately, okay. One thing I can say is that one of the killers, who was, again, spoilers, who was the girl in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, she
died being burnt alive?
dies exactly the same way. I'm like, she is being typecast to be burnt alive in every movie. If she's not burnt alive in her next movie, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it because at this point she has to go for the turkey.
That should be her shtick
Yeah, that she gets burned.
and everything.
Yeah, and again, then once they reveal that, then you get the real reason why this movie was made. It's about toxic fandom. It's about people who feel that the movies that they liked when they were kids or when they were growing up are being ruined by like horrible remakes. Which the one thing I did like is when they showed that I know, but it's different. Like I'm not gonna go out and like I'll review the movie and I'll talk about how I didn't like it, but I'm not gonna bash it online. Right? Maybe, I don't know.
Are we kind of doing that now?
Unless it's Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but we show our face.
Yeah, unless it's
What?
Ghostbusters
What?
answer the call.
What?
But but then this movie just then takes that turn that it's like it's that toxic fandom. But the one point of the movie that I did like is when they're talking about the latest Stab movie, and the Ghostface killer has a flamethrower. I thought that was pretty funny and dumb, super dumb, and I get it's meant to be that way, right? Because people hate when their killers all of a sudden change, from horror movies. But again, that didn't detract from the fact that the movie is not good. Like it's just the same retreading. It ends, they go to the same house, which by the way, like that house is still pretty good looking. The last one, even though I believe it's still a set or if it's a real house, but it's a real good looking house.
Yeah, hey,
I don't think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I just got a message. Go.
Oh, okay. Damn that phone. Damn that Laszlo. Hey, what's with these names of some of these characters?
Like, you were asleep, so
Wes Carpenter.
Well, duh.
I get it, but it's like she's kind of obvious.
When the movie ends, it does say Fort West too. By the way.
But they did that in the other movies because in the second movie, the Billy's mom, or what is it, Stu? I forget his name. He's
Shaggy.
Her last name is Voorhees.
Yeah, it's like nods to those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So is everybody related? Like, I mean, again, I said a big chunk. So it seems to me that everyone's related
to somebody from the original
from movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's exactly what they did. Like it's what's his name? Jamie Kennedy's niece and nephew.
Yeah.
They're a character. The sheriff who was played by Marley Shelton, right?
From Sugar and Spice.
Yeah, from Sugar and Spice. From Planet Terror. Get it right.
From that great movie Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy. Yep. From you forgot Trojan War.
Ah.
From Trojan War.
That's fuzzy lala.
So her son. You have Billy's daughter. The only one that's not really related. Well, I mean, technically, it's like just because by proxy is Sam's sister, the girl who gets attacked at the very beginning. Well, technically, I guess.
So I saw that she survived.
Yeah.
That's weird because they always die in the beginning. Why would you
Yeah,
change it?
no.
Well, I understand what they did is because they had to keep her alive to bring in the other sister.
The one that was related to Billy.
Not to be confused with Juliette Lewis's movie, The Other Sister, but
Which is a great movie.
it's a
by the way.
good, it's
I
a
do
good
like
movie.
that movie.
Giovanni
That's a good
Ribisi.
movie. Yeah.
Giovanni
Weird.
Ribisi.
John Ribisi did not know he was in the movie until
No.
like 2 years later.
He thought it was a sequel to Gone in 60 Seconds. No, but
By the way, I didn't like the sisters acting.
Which
The
one?
Which
the
one?
two sisters, the main character and the other one.
the one from In the Heights and the other one from other stuff that I know I've seen her in. I just don't off the top of my head know. Yeah, I mean, and then there's two. Okay, then there's also the name dropping of current horror movies that I was like, okay, come on now. They never did they ever do that in the original movie? Yeah, they did, right? They talked
They
about
did it.
Yeah,
They did it
always.
in other movies.
Yeah,
They're
right.
Like, oh, this movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
They did that.
but they didn't have their own movie Stab, right? And I like, you know what I did like though? I did like that they brought back the original Ghostface voice, right? The voice, the original voice from the movie. I like that they brought that back, but again, ultimately all this is the same thing from the part 4 because part 4 is they did it because they knew they wanted to be famous. Same thing in this one, and not that they wanted to be famous, is they wanted a good version of Stab to be made on this story, and I was like, oh, same thing. Their reasoning is exactly the same. Again, then there was no reason to make this movie, because the part 4 already talked about reboots, and technically this movie is also talking about reboots or remakes or requels, and it's just following the same paces. Even the whole scene with Jamie Kennedy's niece, right? On the sofa bed watching the movie, doing the same thing that Jamie Kennedy did so it's like, come on, it went to too many nods. There was nothing original, and like it was to a point I'm like, okay, well, a lot of this could have been solved way earlier in the movie and we could have been done with this and not needed.
I am happy that they brought back the same people from the other movies though, because even like Jamie Kennedy's sister.
Oh yeah. What? Welcome to Dollhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't remember her
Princess. What is it? I don't
Which
know.
one are we talking about?
name. Princess Diaries. Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries.
Yeah,
Okay.
Princess Diaries.
I forget who she's actually related to. She's related to somebody, isn't she?
In the movie?
Not in real life.
I don't know.
Oh, I'd look it up, but I don't give two shits.
Yeah, me either.
We're past 10 minutes.
But again, it's like, those little nods, that's cool. And then like the fact that they're like, some of the deaths were okay, but nothing was special about anything. It's like,
Yeah.
the only one I think that got the best way to die, I think, if anything, was Dewey, because everyone else was just like meh.
Yeah.
That was it. Like a quick stab, like.
They had to though. They had to.
Who is that one guy is related? Oh, is that Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son or nephew or something like that? The one of the twins.
Let's Google.
Because he
Mason
I
Gooding?
mean, don't
yeah,
Google.
he's Mason Goody, right? Mason Gooding. I think he's either a nephew or something
He's
like
son of Cuba Gooding Jr.
son, right? Okay, yeah. Because so sorry, he's like, I had seen him in other stuff.
But
What
his
else
last
did I
name
see?
isn't Junior.
Stupid.
But I had seen him in other stuff, right? I know that there's something he was in recently that he played a dick in. I don't remember.
Booksmart?
No, he was in something else other than Booksmart.
Yeah, whatever.
That I thought he was decent in. I thought he was decent in that movie. No, not the movie. It's the show, Love Victor. He is in Love Victor.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I just looked it up and I was like, I know I'd seen him. Yeah, he was in Love Victor. But like you have Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son. You have,
The one of the killers is actually Dennis Quaid's son.
yeah, that's who I said, the curly headed guy. He's also in The Boys.
He's Jack Quaid.
Yeah, he's in The Boys, right? He plays Dewey. Somebody I forgot the name of his character in The Boys. But he's good in The Boys. But again, I feel like this movie, they brought it out to just, I guess, because they wanted to make another movie. They make another Scream, because
do they have do they have to make another movie within a certain time frame in order to keep the rights?
That might be the thing. I don't know, because that's what they did with
Spider-Man Forever.
That's what Sony did with Spider-Man before they lose their rights. They have to make another one to keep it fresh, to keep the rights within Sony. But I don't know. But now all of us now we're hearing talks of another remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I think what's his name? Robert Englund's actually. I think he posted something about it.
The Wes Craven estate or the family, they're now taking ideas for a remake, reboot, or something. As long as it's not Jackie Earl Haley, and as long as I didn't mind him as Freddy. I just thought that movie was real dumb.
Yeah,
I hated
it was
the fact
just the
that
first
he
one.
He didn't look very good. Like his makeup looked like.
I didn't mind the makeup. That's the thing. I didn't mind the makeup. I didn't mind him as Freddy. It was just a dumb.
Wasn't it all CGI?
Some of it, right? Some like majority of it was like, but some of it was real. Then a lot of there was some CGI added into it. But it's
a little bit reminded me of like like stretch skin, like in Beetlejuice when they stretch the skin.
Well, what happens? What happens?
Like that
well, technically, isn't that what happens to a burn victim? Like your skin gets real tight. Which makes sense, right? It makes sense in the aspect of the movie. Again, which I said, I don't mind the way Freddy looked. I don't mind Jackie Earl Haley playing Freddy. I just did not. I thought that movie was real dumb. Like there was again another movie that was no reason to make, right? There was just no reason to do it. Have we got the Chucky reboot, which have you seen the Chucky series?
I've seen a couple episodes.
It's pretty good. It's way better than the reboot movie.
It's not as graphic or there's not as much cursing.
No, there is.
It's on.
No,
not as much as.
There's a lot. There's a lot of F-bombs in it.
Well, I don't know the episodes I've seen, but I've seen like.
Where are you watching
probably
it?
Fell asleep.
Sci-fi.
No, that's why. Watch it on. It's on Peacock. Peacock has the it's the TVMA one, because it releases on Sci-Fi and then released on USA, but the version you can watch on Peacock is with the F-bombs.
Okay, because I watched it when it was coming out, then I just forgot what time it came on. Just good.
Oh no, I waited till it was done and I watched it on Peacock. So it's a way better thing. Like all those, I think it's 8 episodes, and it was way better than 20, like that whole movie with the reboot with the AI. Way better. It was a lot more enjoyable, and you get the original voice cast. You get Jennifer Tilly. And it continues the Chucky story from even the last movie, which is the Cult of Chucky. And you get and you still get the nostalgia with Andy, the original actor, coming back.
Oh really?
Yeah, you get him, and you get I think part 2 he had like a foster sister, something like that, when he gets put in the foster home. Even she's in the show. So you get all these callbacks in that one. There's ways of doing these kind of things, right? Taking those characters and putting them in a brand new situation, continuing the story. Unfortunately, what Scream did is bring brand new characters and put them in the same situation as all the other movies. Nothing new.
The bad thing is the majority of the characters actually died.
Where?
I think a
lot of them survived. What are you talking about?
A lot of them survived.
How many fucking people died then?
The twins survived, and the 2 main girls survived.
Yeah.
There was only the guy's
what's her name? The cop's son.
The cop's son. And the guy's girlfriend. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only 2 that really of that group that died.
Yeah.
And then because the other people from the group, like the one guy that like really was a throwaway kill was the twins' girlfriend, the guy she hooked up with like in camp or whatever, the guy in the car. That made there was no reason for that guy to even be there. There was no real story for that. That was just somebody extra to kill.
So it's somebody in the car,
right?
Or on a trampoline.
So technically, if you think about it, they only killed Dewey, the sheriff. Like 5 people died in this movie. Only everyone else was just injured.
Scream 5 deaths.
That makes sense. There you go. But
I don't think the movie is that bad. If you like the other ones,
you're gonna like this one.
You're gonna like this. It's the exact same thing. So To me, it just wasn't original.
Mhm.
But it's not bad. I mean, if you like the other stuff,
It's just retread of all the same stuff.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just a retread of all this. So for me, it's like, okay, I feel like I've already seen this. I don't need to see this again.
yeah, exactly.
So
And I won't. And I won't see it again, ever.
yeah,
Ever.
probably won't. No, yeah, definitely.
you know
I
we'll
mean, if
never
it was
see
on
again?
TV, maybe. But
You know what we'll never see again? Louis Anderson. Just saying.
no, you can.
passed away.
No, you can see him again.
Watch him.
Watch
Yeah.
Coming to America.
many
Watch
times as you
Life with
want.
Louis. You can just pop in a VHS.
Yeah. VHS.
Betamax, son. Betamax.
But
Didn't he win like an Emmy also for like the character where he dresses up as a woman?
that's the one where that's the one Ozzie was talking about. That's the Jack Galifianakis. It's yeah.
What's the name of the goddamn
It's not.
show?
It's not clowns.
No, it's
No.
it's the name of the actual clown, but I can't remember.
Bubbles.
Let's see.
Ozzie,
it's gonna bug me.
because you're fucking clown shoes.
Easy on that. note.
No, yeah. Well, definitely listen to some Meatloaf. I guess that only one song that I know is the only one that I can hear, that I can listen to.
You're not allowed to hear any other music.
No, and then
Baskets.
Baskets.
wow, we're way off.
Yeah, I knew it was a stupid fucking name, but
Bubbles.
I don't know. That's what I think that's what a clown's name.
His name's Blanket. Yay, Blanket.
That's what instantly when I think of a clown name, I'm gonna think of Bubbles or Bozo or Bojangles.
David Arquette.
Oh yeah, David Arquette.
Hey.
Check.
I felt it when he died.
David Arquette?
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Where did you feel
Felt
it?
right here.
No.
In the cockles?
But
In your
see,
cockles?
no, see, but that's another thing. Like, I guess it's like those characters aren't so like dear to me. Like, I don't care about Sidney Prescott. I don't care about Gale Weathers. I don't care about I'm not a big I wasn't a huge Scream fan, right? Like, I mean, I enjoy the movie. I liked the first one. I did enjoy it. I remember watching it in the theaters when I was young, and but I guess those characters didn't stick with me to the point where I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
like,
more
it was his time.
I was more invested in the scary movies.
Yeah.
With the Wayans in
If they would have killed,
the Wayans.
if they would have killed,
Yeah.
if they would have killed off,
not the other ones, not three and above.
no, the
Like,
one and just
two?
1 and 2, yeah,
Yeah.
just 1 and 2, because look, if they would, because they never kill off like Sean's character, he keeps coming back in the first and the second one, and then if they never killed, what was Marlon's character's name in that?
Low Cash.
Something
Oh, no,
stupid.
that's CB4.
It's not Smokey. No, not Smokey. That's Friday.
No, they'd murder him for that one. Don't do that. to him.
Whatever. But yeah, I guess I just wasn't as invested in the original characters of Scream, or I just didn't care if they died or not. Of course, I don't want to see any of the legacy characters die. Shorty, right? I don't want to see any of the legacy characters die, but I understand why. They had. Why Dewey had to be killed? Because again, it was like he had a fall from grace. He's no longer sheriff. He loses his wife. He leaves his wife. He's living in a trailer. He needs that redemption, and the redemption is to save Sam. But again, when you realize who kills Dewey, I'm like, it makes no sense, because height-wise, how is Ghostface taller
Strength-wise.
than Dewey? And strength-wise, it makes no sense. So
Hey, adrenaline, man. Adrenaline.
no,
Get outta here.
no. But again, if you like the Scream movies, like Edgar said, you'll enjoy
Yeah.
Scream 5,
You will.
right? It's not the greatest, but you'll enjoy it, right? I know a lot of people that really do like it that said, but I don't agree with the fact that they're saying this is the most violent Scream, the most bloody or anything. I didn't
It's
feel
the
that,
same.
but
It's just the same.
it's just because you hadn't seen Scream violence or that Scream type of violence in a long time. Definitely check it out if you feel the need to. Right, it'll be out on digital in a couple months, anyways.
I give it 3 weeks.
No, in a couple months. I think it's in like 48 days, 60 days now,
45,
max.
45 usually.
Something like that. So you'll see it by mid February, mid March on streaming.
For Valentine's Day.
Perfect.
What to get the one you love? Scream 5.
Just Scream.
Yeah, it's just Scream.
It made me want to scream, so I fell asleep.
Well, on that note, guys, that made no sense. But thank you.
It's my Incredible Hulk.
Thank you guys for. No, it's not called Incredible Hulk. It's Hulk. Hulk is the one that everyone hates. Incredible Hulk is the Edward Norton one. That's the one people like. That's the one that's connected to the MCU.
I told you that many years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still watch Hulk. I don't care. I don't care what people say. I know it's a horrible movie. I know it's boring, but I'll still watch it. That's my character, yo. But on that note,
did you watch Will Forte last night on?
No, I did not. But on that note, guys, this has been Vinny.
This is Ozzie.
R.I.P. Dewey.
We'll see you.
MacGruber.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see you guys next week.